What's going on, everybody? My name is Tomas, and Sennheiser was kind enough to send me something really awesome. Before we go any further into this video, I want to say thank you to them. I really am floored that they were kind enough to respond to my inquiry for review products. And without further ado, let's take a look around the box and then crack into this. This is going to be an unboxing and first impressions of this microphone. I am going to do a full review of that, so if you're interested in that, feel free to hit subscribe so you'll be notified when that video gets published. I have a while to spend with this microphone, but I just recently got this and I'm really excited to get into it. Taking a look around the box, it's just some language stuff. We got the EW112-P G3, so it comes with a wireless transmitter and receiver. In addition, it has a lavalier microphone in the box. So let's go ahead and crack into this thing, if we can. This thing's really in there. Yeah. So right off the bat, you're presented with a really thick, like novel type documentation in addition to a quick start guide. So preparing your device for use. That's really nice because novice audio individuals will have what it is they need to get going, well, to hit the ground running right when they get their package. Here's some health and safety information while using this because it does transmit wirelessly. I guess that's important to some people. Some restrictions on the frequency and notification of that. Who cares about that? Here's a really detailed usage guide on this microphone system. Keep in mind that this is the 100P series, so it has every microphone system encompassed in this documentation. It just so happens we have the EW112P G3 system, so if I needed to get to some sort of user information, it will be encompassed in this very extensive instruction booklet. Let's crack into it. I didn't even need to use my knife. Presentation wise, this is fantastic. I know it's in a styrofoam encasing, but the styrofoam, there is different quality styrofoam out there, and this is high quality stuff. Here is the receiver, and here is the transmitter. They provide you some batteries, which is awesome. Sennheiser branded batteries. You get the audio auxiliary cable that will take your receiver here and allow you to plug it directly into your DSLR or whatever camera it is that you're utilizing. So that's a little tricky because this belongs here and this belongs here because here's the lavalier microphone. Anyways, we'll take a closer look at this stuff here shortly. Here's the receiver, and you can tell that by seeing the output. This little clip here is adjustable, and I believe it comes with a cold shoe mount, which it does, and it will take a little bit of installing to get this adapted to this. Oh, nice. You are provided a 3.5 to XLR, so if you have a camera that processes or has some sort of onboard audio processing, this will adapt your receiver in being capable of pushing audio to that system. So any XLR recorder or camera is adapted by utilizing this cable, which is a fantastic option in my opinion. And like I said, Sennheiser branded batteries. It's nice that they give you batteries. And finally, the wireless transmitter. This has a belt clip just like the receiver does, which is pretty freaking awesome. It's a really light system, but being light doesn't mean that it's compromising build quality because this is fantastically constructed out of some sort of aluminum, I believe. And it's really light, but it has a substantial feel to it that will let you know that you are utilizing a high quality system. And you can tell that this is the transmitter because it has a mute and the mic line right here. You can adapt this mic line to any type of microphone if you have the right adapter, and it will transmit from that microphone. One thing that you'll have to keep in mind is it does not have phantom power, so anything that you plug into here has to have its own power source or just be able to power itself. This is where I ask you maybe to put on a set of headphones because All audio from this point forward in the video is being recorded on the Sennheiser EW11P. Alright, as promised, we're going to take a closer look at what you're provided in the box. First up is the auxiliary cable. The interesting thing about this is that the end that connects into the receiver is screw adaptable, so when you plug it into the receiver, it's not going to come undone. The other end is an L-shaped, so it helps adapt to your camera rig or whatever it is that you have set up a little bit more easily. It is not a very long cable, it's about 6 inches long, and with that, we're going to move on to the XLR adapter cable. This is XLR to 3.5. This will be used for cameras that have onboard audio processing and XLR inputs. The end is exactly the same as what you would find for the auxiliary cable. As it attaches to the receiver, you screw it in and you don't have to worry about it coming undone. Onto the omnidirectional microphone. This thing is tiny and comes with a clip that is spring-loaded, so before you put the cap on, you'll have to put the clip on. The clip is very sturdy and allows you to clip to your clothing or wherever it is that you need to capture audio from. With the omnidirectional microphone, you're provided the same connector which you will find with auxiliary cable and the XLR to 3.5. The first module we'll take a look at here is the transmitter. The transmitter and the receiver look almost identical. They both accept 2 AA batteries with an open flap door, and that's where you'll find your on and off power button and your menu set button. The 2 directional buttons that you'll find here are to help you navigate the menu, and with the set and the on and off button, it's a very intuitive system. If you use any kind of simplistic menu system before, this is going to be almost like home to you. Both the transmitter and receiver come with these spring-loaded belt clips that are really strong. And like I said before in the video, these housings are made of stamped aluminum, which gives a significant feel to them, and they feel very sturdy. So you will not be disappointed when you hold these things in your hand. They're not extremely heavy, but they have enough to them to make you feel like you're holding something premium in the hand. However, with that, the doors that cover the AA batteries are made of plastic. So you'll just have to be aware of that. Next on is the receiver. Looking at the two, there would be no way for you to tell the difference between the receiver and the transmitter, but you are cued in by what's on the back. For one, it's labeled on them, and for two, one of them has audio out and the other has audio in and a mute switch. The receiver also comes with an optional cold shoe mount, and this took a little bit of work finagling to get it to where I needed it to be. So just be prepared for that. Well, since we've taken a closer look at this system and what came in the box, let's go ahead and jump into some sample footage. All right, in typical fashion, I want to give you guys an actual demonstration of how this system performs in the real world. With that, I've kind of taken it to a bit of an extreme because I have wind directly on me, so it's blowing directly on the microphone, in addition to having an audible highway behind me. And that it's loud at times, but it's giving some demonstration of how this system performs. You can see the freedom that you get is it's left to your imagination, because you can pretty much take this system pretty far from the actual source. So the transmitter has a really strong connection to the receiver, and pretty much have as much freedom as you want. Let me know how you think this segment performed down in the comments section below. All right, so here's another demonstration of how this system performs in the real world. Wind is directly on me. It's not very fast, and my receiver is about 200 meters away from me. When you start getting into distances like this, you have to keep in mind that the system performs and will perform at this distance if it has line of sight. So right now I have my transmitter that can see line of sight on my receiver over there on my system. Because distances can be skewed by whatever lens or system you're using, I decided to come to an area in which that I can truly communicate how far and how the system performs in terms of distance. So I came to a football field. Because it is graduated in yards, it's pretty easy to measure. Unfortunately, this isn't signified by the yards, but I'm just going to make general guesses. The receiver is at the 0 yard line for the post, and I'm going to step it out to the next post. So right now I'm at about the 5 yard line, and I'm just going to continue to turn around and gauge how audio performs. I'm going to go ahead and step it out to, as the wind blows on directly onto the microphone. This is about the 10 or 15 yard line. 10 or 15, that's 5 yards difference. I'm going to say it's about the 15 yard line because I went about 10 yards from there. Go ahead and go out another 10 yards about here. So what does that put us at? About 25 yards? Good. I'm just gonna go ahead and step it out to about the 50-yard line, so halfway in between. I'll continue to talk as I'm stepping into the wind. This is about 50 yards. I'm gonna continue on going, go another 25 yards, and we are probably experiencing some audio drops. 75 yards is about here. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it out. And we are approaching 100 yards roughly. I can almost guarantee that we're experiencing some audio drops at this point because I am 100 yards away from my receiver. So the transmitter is sending signals 100 yards away with me making my way back to the receiver. And I am unsure how this thing is performing with that much distance in between it. Now, you'll probably never utilize this system with that type of distance. That being said, this should show you how this system performs with large distances between you and your receiver. What do you think about how this system performs? You're definitely untethered, so I'm free to do whatever it is that I want. Let me know what you think about how this the Sennheiser EW112P is performing in the comment section down below. Well, that about does it for me in this one, everybody. If you like this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down and leave me a comment down below letting me know what it is that I can do to improve. In addition to that, feel free to check out my channel and some of the other works that I've done. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Take care. What are you doing? You found rocks? Let me see one. And go, yeah. Throw it. Throw it. Yay.